What we've seen transpire over the last 5 days is the nastiest, biggest lie ever lodged at an official in Oklahoma. I cannot begin to describe the disgusting nature of the lies leveled against me by board members, by the media, and by the teachers union.
Tonight we are going in depth on State Superintendent Ryan Walters' first on-camera remarks since being accused of having naked women on a TV screen in his office. Walters says none of his devices were hooked up to a TV in his office, but says a cable box or a smart TV device was, and that gives him access to many channels, mostly the Fox News cable news channel. On that TV, 2 State Board of Education members say they saw fully nude women during a closed-door executive session last week, and 2 other board members say Walters reacted to removing the images from his TV immediately and then proceeded as if nothing happened. Walters blamed everyone from us in the media all the way up to Governor Stitt, compared himself to Donald Trump, and then lied, saying law enforcement already told him he was innocent.
We will continue to ensure that these board members are held accountable. They should resign immediately in disgrace for the lies that they've told. And we should get back to work for the people of Oklahoma.
Walters says the past few days are the fault of one man, Governor Kevin Stitt. I asked the governor's office if they had a statement today, and they said no, not aside from the previous one where the governor says he trusts his board members. Stitt called the board volunteers and public servants. Walters says Stitt is directing the new Board of Education members to sabotage his work and smear him.
My family has watched as board members stopped at nothing to stop education reform in the state of Oklahoma. These board members have a lot to answer for, and so does the governor of the state of Oklahoma. Did he direct these board members to lie about me? Did he direct his board members to go in and disrupt everything in these board meetings? Did he have the board fight against bringing private schools into the state for families to have school choice?
Governor Kevin Stitt cleared out all but 2 State Board of Education members earlier this year, and he openly said he was doing so because previously the board was playing along with Walters' political stunts. That were his words. The straw that broke the camel's back was collecting immigration information from families trying to enroll their children in Oklahoma public schools, a plan the legislature stopped, saying Walters was overstepping his boundaries. Walters says he and Stitt had a falling out because of green energy policies. Stitt says Walters is not focused on reading and math improvement, but political stunts. Just to recap, because Fox 23 is in contact with 4 State Board of Education members as to what they say they saw, board members Becky Carson and Ryan Dethridge both said they saw fully naked women, not just breasts, but the entire body, were on display in the superintendent's office on a TV during Thursday's executive session. They were on a TV, not a device. Board member Mike Tinney says he didn't see the images, but saw Carson say something along the lines of, quote, "I see naked women, I see naked women." Board member Tinney is backed up by Chris Vandehend, who also did not see the images. His back was turned to the screen, but says Walters quickly tried to change the TV. Once the images disappeared, he then tried to go on his business as usual, like nothing happened. The superintendent took to the podium today and accused a bunch of people of lying about him. "I will show you a lie," he said, right here, right now.
We have had our name cleared by both OMES and the sheriff's office. There is nothing scandalous that I was a part of whatsoever, and the lies will have consequences.
The superintendent took to the podium this afternoon and lied to the people of Oklahoma about being cleared of wrongdoing. Whether pornogate, as some have called it on social media, happened or not, you were lied to today by an elected official right out in the open. Right after he uttered those words, Fox 23 called the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office, and they said the superintendent's claims that the investigation is over and that he has already been cleared are totally false. The investigation is just getting started, is what they told us. In fact, look at this statement from the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office about the claims that their investigation is over. This is what they put out there. Quote, "This investigation is still in its infancy, so it would be inappropriate to discuss who we plan to speak with or any evidence we are seeking. You can, however, expect a thorough investigation with the results being made to the public at the conclusion." The sheriff's office then went on Facebook and defended itself against someone claiming they weren't doing their job. The sheriff's office said, quote, "We started looking at the evidence today. Often a thorough investigation takes more than a few hours." The Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office actually sent out a statement earlier today about taking custody of the investigation itself. Here it is. We won't read the entire thing in full, but it says State Superintendent Ryan Walters, we should have that up for you, is being investigated for violating the Oklahoma Computer Crimes Act, which specifically prohibits downloading or exhibiting obscene material. That investigation, as they said, is in its infancy, as the Sheriff's Office has indicated repeatedly. It is not over, even though the superintendent and his team want it to be. The superintendent said board members were openly trying to stop him from starting a new relationship with a new charter private online school that is supposed to be non-woke. That was a part of his remarks today, a claim that is a bit of a stretch from what actually happened last week. Listen to this and I'll explain to you what you're looking at on the other side.
Did he have the board fight against bringing private schools into the state for families to have school choice?
From my understanding, just from reading, that this particular school is not doing well in Arizona. And I'm curious, would that come before the board for approval to enter into an agreement with them?
Okay, first of all, I am sorry. I know you said you were reading some of the press. And unfortunately, the press has got this, a lot of the press, maybe some of them haven't, but a lot of them have just gotten this blatantly wrong. This is not a school, the same school in Arizona that they've been referencing. This is a private school. That is starting up, that is a newer school, that is in several other states, but they keep connecting it to another school. This is a different school with a different mission, completely different missions, completely different setup, completely different governance structure. So we're very excited about this school and its opportunity.
Those are the four board members openly questioning Walters' desire to partner with the American Virtual Academy. The American Virtual Academy, as we reported last week, operates as Primavera Charter School in Arizona. Primavera is in the process of being kicked out of the state for poor grades and poor test results, despite the state of Arizona giving them millions. Walters said, we in the media are making up lies about the school, except for the fact, take a look at your screen. The founder of Primavera, Damian Creamer, then tweeted Walters saying he was happy he was coming to Oklahoma, linking the Primavera school leadership in Arizona to the potential school that wants to come to Oklahoma now. That is all those board members asked for, was information about the American Virtual Academy, and if approved, if it will come through them before the state locks in a relationship with a school that the board members believe will likely take some of our tax dollars. We do want to briefly touch on the investigation into the claims that naked women were on screen in State Superintendent Ryan Walters' office last week. Fox 23 requested security camera video and badge swipes when it comes to the hallway in and around Walters' office. We want to see for ourselves and show you who in fact went in and out of Walters' office during the times in question. Is someone on camera acting in a sneaky manner? We don't know. The superintendent's office is a heavily guarded place because of his high profile. When we asked the Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office about how long the investigation is going to take, they pretty much told us it's going to take as long as it takes. We know some of you want answers now one way or the other. We won't be able to see the actual screen in his office through the video we requested, and we won't be able to see inside, but maybe it can shed some light on what the heck happened. On that note, we do have to let the system work. There will be updates here, but it won't dominate the news cycle every night. But just because we're not talking about it doesn't mean we aren't looking into it anymore. And the note tonight we should all take home: the investigation certainly isn't finished just because the superintendent says he wants it to be. When the superintendent came on this program last month, I greeted him in the lobby of Fox 23, and I told him I don't hate him. I'm not out to get him, but we will call him out when he is wrong. Today is one of those days where we have to call a spade a spade. And on top of all of that, we are holding him accountable to the same standard he has prosecuted teachers with since he took office in 2023. Teachers, some who have been accused of far less. Except in some of those cases, those teachers didn't get the benefit of a news conference and a full investigation.